Joe Leach fourfer sets up comfortable victory for Worcestershire in Bristol. Worcestershire showed the form and attacking talent that saw them reach final days last year to post 428 runs for the loss of just 5 wickets on day 3. Gloucestershire's reply was less than straightforward. Chris Dent had been the home team's chief source of resistance, but his innings was brought to an end by Charlie Morris. Night watchman Josh Shaw took his opportunity, and some attacking striking at the top of the order saw the home side's deficit become a lead. It was an advantage worth just 2 when Shaw was dismissed, LBW for 21, off the bowling of tongue. Ryan Higgins could add 6 before he too was trapped in front, this time by Daryl Mitchell. Gloucestershire slowed following the loss of their 5th wicket, but Hankins remained and reached his first half-century of the season a few overs later. His innings had helped Gloucestershire reach lunch at 206 for 5, leading the visitors by 45. But he'd be unable to provide any further assistance. Tongue found his pads, and Hankins had to traipse back to the pavilion. The loss of his wicket sparked a collapse of sorts. Gareth Roderick could only muster 9 runs before he was given out LBW. He offered no shot to a Leach in-swinger. Leach went on a roll, and in his next over had Price. He too struck on the pad, gone without scoring. And he had a third of the session just a few balls later. Jack Taylor pushed it one wide of off stump, but could only guide a catch to Mitchell at second slip. Matt Taylor counter-attacked. He and David Payne looked for boundaries and managed to drag their side's lead up to 3 figures. When Payne was bowled by Leach for his 4th, the lead was 109 and Gloucestershire were on the back foot. With 110 set for the victory, the match was the pair's to lose. Jake Libby and Daryl Mitchell had performed well with the bat in Worcestershire's first innings, and they continued that form into the second. It wasn't long before the target was into double figures. Both men found the boundary as the pairs marched towards victory. Mitchell wouldn't be there at the end though. He played a leg side shot to a Shaw delivery outside off, and he had his off stump taken out of the ground. Tom Fell introduced himself to proceedings with quick 4s off Higgins and Shaw, but he'd lose his partner a few overs after making his way to the crease. Libby looked to guide one through the offside, but could only find Hammond. That would be the end of the Gloucestershire joy though, as Fell and Jack Haynes took the attack to the bowlers. It was left to the 19-year-old to wrap things up. He speared Taylor into the offside for 4 and sealed the victory for Worcestershire. They had their first innings heroics to thank for the victory. A mammoth 428-run total was a remarkable achievement, considering no pair's batsmen had reached 3 figures. Gloucestershire were always playing catch-up. Their game against Warwickshire next week is a must-win if they don't want to be left behind in the central group of the Bob Willis Trophy.